The lounge was sublime.
We've already done this part.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I didn't actually go all the way down to the bottom there either. Well, over again is part of the game, probably.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
We didn't go down here. What's down here? Did we go down here before? I don't believe we have gone down here. I'm just doing new things.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Left, you say? Can't open the door?
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
I was trying to close the door. Sometimes it is. Yeah, cause there was a couple times where, like, I jumped off and, like, fell to my death or something like that. It's really funny.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
I haven't seen this before. This is new.
Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Any other doors? I haven't seen this before. This is totally new. Hi. That truck gonna run me over? Oh, here we go.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
I've already seen this.
We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Stuff like that, you know? Game did that automatically. So if the game ever starts over, you should follow through all that way again, yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah, it even starts the dialogue over again,
Stanley
too.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm just trying to find the other computers with the inputs and stuff, because I have to do those again. I have to do all the PC inputs again. Four, 2, 7. If you're paying attention, he's talking a little bit faster. Yeah, a little bit. I did notice that one time.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
This is new.
Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Oh.
Let's find the story.
Interesting. There's all different ways to go. Never been in here before. Now, this isn't confusing at all.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
I'm looking around, dude. I'm looking around. What are you doing to me, dude?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Am I supposed to do something with the computers? We did see something where I went to heaven or whatever. I don't really know what to do, though. There's a bunch of different endings, though. Still can't go in there. Oh, now the doors are gone completely.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, this is all new. Or 15? Yeah, sometimes starting the game over is like what you're supposed to do. Still can't go into 425. 420, blaze it up, bro.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
This is new too. Where are we going, dude?
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Where are we now?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
You win!
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
Whoa, what?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
This is great. You're not gonna commentate on me? I'm just turning off some computers for saving a little bit of battery power by doing so. We didn't go in that room before. We never went in there before. What are you doing? I'm not gonna go that way.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Let's walk back in here. The two doors are missing. Plus, it isn't really the right phrase when it comes to choose your own adventures. Something like that. There's so many different ways to go, and I like how it keeps evolving. I don't know how much left there is to this game. Like, I don't think There's 19 different endings? I was wondering how to get in here so many times. Can I turn this computer off? I can't jump or anything. Don't turn that computer off. Fourth 37. I keep seeing umbrellas. Is this the same company that does something with the Umbrella Corporation?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
What is this music? Oh, if you want to go down there, are you? Want to go that way? Can I close the door? Pretty epic music, though. Question marks? We're going up the numbers. We're gonna reach number 1. Who's number 1? Mike Wazowski. You forgot to file your paperwork last night. Who does number 2 work for? How do we get over here? 6? 38? All the way up the ceiling. How long is this music? Does it just loop forever? Well, that's a bit of a concern, isn't it? Can I go over there? This is quite the detour, isn't it? Annual reviews. Consolidation reports, departmental account, personnel files, budget analysis. Monthly ledgers, corporate imbalances, financial records.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
That's a nice fern. Music's not gonna play again, though?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I'm also confused as to where we're going. Is that where we came from? Yeah, this is where we came from. Did you like the music though? That was interesting. I did go in here before, didn't I? Maybe I didn't, I don't know. This game's confusing.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything
Line,
we've been
Pepe
through,
hands.
Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh boy. How long does this go for? Stanley Parable Adventure Line. He's not narrating me anymore.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sounds good. What if I went back in here? There's nothing I can do there.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your
Oh,
imagination.
look, I'm in one of these type of
Whatever
rooms.
it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
It's one of these rooms where it endlessly repeats. Or not. I guess I just have to keep going in a circle then? It does seem like it was very much turning into an endless circle though. We're going in a circle. We're going in a circle. Yes, we are.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
So now I should follow the line? Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Gonna add another save game right here.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes?
Hmm.
It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I
Get bored
restart
and leave,
again.
find a
What?
bookstore.
Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do happen to have a...
The game just restarted on its own again. Music is freaking me out.
Did a stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That's the confusion ending. Oh, the line's still there. The line's still there. Don't won't let me open it. Yes, nope.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
That's new audio. I don't think I've heard that before. I wasn't here before. We have this telephone.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
So there was one ending, or something, where I actually just unplugged the phone instead. I didn't pick up the phone before.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, hi.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I'm moving ever so slightly.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh boy. You're just gonna brick me in here? Hello, mannequin wife.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press RT on your gamepad. What if I just don't do that? No, I can't go this way?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press Y. Why would I do that?
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Is this slowly just going to turn into my office again?
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press Y to watch TV?
And so he began to fantasize about
Yeah,
his own
it's turning
job.
into my office again.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press LT to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Please press Y to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Please press Y to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press X to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
LT to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Press LB to be at work in the morning. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna press the button. I'm not gonna do what it tells me to do. We really need to clean that office, don't we? I'm pressing the button.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press LT to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
Please die. I didn't press any buttons. I didn't press a button to die. Ah. See, when I did this, awaiting input, that's how I went to heaven. But what if I didn't do that and I just continued one more time? Where's that phone call? Is it in my office? I'm not gonna press that. That led me to heaven.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
The Future Happiness Foundation.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human.
I started to bleed a little.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Apparently there's also this over here if I get on the platform.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it. Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
That's one of the endings. I just had to get on the platform and back out.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life, for he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So I have been in this room before. However, I didn't like press the buttons in like a certain order. There's also that power button right there. Like, is there like some sort of solution for doing all this stuff? Because I can just press all these buttons, but they seemingly don't do anything. What if I were to press the numbered buttons in order? Mind controls, idle, waiting input. I did press like a different button before. I feel like this is some way to go, right? What if I press these buttons in order? 1, 2. Console disabled. Should I create a new save game right in this room? Is 3 up here? No, that's 4. Where's button number 3? Where is button number 3? Where did button number 3 go? There's a big ol' red button right there. Where is button number 3? Is it this one? Okay, here's button number 3. I'm just curious to see what would happen if I did this. Number 4. Did not send a very raid. A very but. Facility power. Well, I didn't do anything, did it? There's gotta be something in here, right? Is there a way to open that door? This console is disabled. No? It's like, did everything that they asked except for the very last thing? What's down in that corner over there?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
So last time I pressed the off button, but what if I press the on button instead?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation?
That's weird.
Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
Well, here we go.
You
This
are
is
the
something.
Star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where
I
to
pressed the
start.
button and nothing happened.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine.
Oh,
I
what?
set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell
Did I
it,
get there
I
too
simply
late?
let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other
How did
times,
I open
let
this?
the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich.
Did I just press all the
I almost
buttons
hate
then?
to see it go. but I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
It says yellow. Do I just press the yellow
It's
button?
a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Uh-oh.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you
This
let it
door was
go
open
peacefully?
for a second.
Another
I think it was just to
choice.
tease me.
Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Is that one of the endings? Is there a way for me to actually escape? Oh, hello. We got all the papers again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I could go back to that. What's the obscure ending? Oh yeah, sorry
Stanley
about that.
stood for a long time in one spot. It's part of a game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
You have to get out the window. How do I get over here? Oh, that works. Oh, what? Oh.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Are you sick of this gag? Yes or no? Which one do I choose?
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is Rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Cheers. I guess I just gotta start over then? That's still gonna be there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Unachievable. Achievement unlocked?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Pretty cool,
So,
though.
now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley.
Oh, what is this?
Who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too.
How long does this go on for?
Quite unbearable.
Does this loop forever? I wonder. What if this just looped forever? That would be something. Pretty cool though. Anyway. I'm tired. I'm gonna call it a stream. I know there's other endings that I'm missing, but I don't have the brain capacity or the attention span to try and figure that out right now.